Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. It has just finished. West Ham United 0, Cheats Chelsea 1. Scott, take us through the starting lineup, mate.
Fabianski in goal, Fredericks left wing, Kufel right wing, Diop, Balbuena, and Ogbonna in the centre as three centre halves. Noble and Rice in the middle. With an attacking.
Hang on, Rice. Where was Rice?
Souček, sorry. Souček, sorry. With Lingard and Bowen and Fornals just sitting as a front three.
Oh, right. You know, look, we're going to talk about the game. Obviously, there's one major talking point in there. But let's talk about the game. Let's go for it. So the first half. Scott, me and you done the build-up show today, and we both said that it was going to be a bit cagey. Which team wanted it more? A bit like, like a game of chess, trying to work out your next move and that. And we just didn't look on it today. We just didn't look on it. We didn't have nothing up top, did we?
No. That's exactly. You summed it up perfectly. It looked like a game of chess. You know, like when you see a boxing match in that first couple of rounds, the two boxers are just feeling each other out, the odd jab here and there, and ain't a bit like, worthy. And then that's how the game felt to me, and that's how I thought that whole first half sort of went. Both sides often didn't really puff.
I thought we were too deep. I thought that the midfield were dropping right on the toes of the back line. There was no pressure on the ball, and Chelsea were just spraying it about at will. We weren't pressing. We weren't even, when we did get the ball, we weren't even putting the part. You want to play on the break. When you get the ball, you got to make it count. But we couldn't put two passes together.
Yeah. I'm not going to take nothing away from Chelsea in that first half. I thought that was brilliant. I thought Mason Mount was controlling the game. Scott, we said it before the game. We picked him out as one of our players to watch today, and he proved why he's a top player. And we just allowed them too much space in their midfield, too much time. I mean, at one point they had like 70% possession in that first half. We had a sort of 10-minute spell, didn't we? Where really was a blessing in disguise for Chelsea, because it's where they scored from when we had that bit of possession and a few chances, but we just couldn't get on the ball. We just looked panicky. I just think the whole team has been disrupted with the injuries and they've come at the wrong time. And I know we can say, oh well, we should have signed people in January, but look, if we'd have had a fully fit team, fully fit squad, we'd have give Chelsea a much better game today. Much better game.
The thing is, mate, realistically, we're lucky Kufa. What am I talking about? Hold on, I'm going to say it. I've got red tape. We haven't had a settled back line now for weeks.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's been chopping and changing. There's been no settled side, and that's what's that's what's killing us. It is the injuries.
It's catching, like I've been saying, the fitness of our squad is catching up with us now. At the business end of the season, which we knew if we had picked up a couple of injuries to key players, it would, and it's proven to be.
Yeah, I mean, in that first half, look, Frederick started out on the left, and look, he's got pace. He's good at getting forward, but why? I can't work out now. Before the game, we thought, oh yeah, maybe to get against Chelsea's right back and that, but I don't know, mate. He just, for me, I thought he was poor today. His final ball.
He wasn't the only one.
I think Fornals had a terrible game. Yeah. I praise Fornals every week for his work rate. Today, he looked like he didn't want the ball. It's like they froze. They crossed that white line today and they froze.
Yeah,
I think they realised what was at stake. I think they've realised now what's at stake, and it's a bit of nerves creeping in, possibly.
Yeah, but Gray, that should give you everything to want to go and win that game, knowing you could be a Champions League player next season. Surely that's what you play football for. You can't bottle it when you're on the verge of doing something great. I'm just disappointed.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying it possibly is that it's finally realisation of what's at stake. I don't know. You don't know. You don't know what's going on in their minds, or but we just weren't at the races today.
Yeah, there's no the final ball, and we've gone back to how we was earlier in the season a little bit. That final ball, that final pass, that final decision. You saw it tonight. There was times when Soufal's balls into the box, I thought were very poor. Some of our corners were very poor, and then that there was times Soufal had a chance where he could have had a shot and he decides to pass, and then we're trying to dink balls over instead of drilling them across the grid. It was that what let us down. And at the end of the day, that's when you look at the game, especially that first half, when Chelsea got into them areas, they made that decision. How many times did they get down to the wing and ping that ball in? Cut it back, ping that ball in along, because as we've seen before, as we saw when we played against Liverpool, with the own goal, it's putting that ball, Arsenal, the own goal, putting that ball across the box in a dangerous area where the defenders can't, find it hard to defend it. We don't do that. Everything was tried to be chipped up, and unless Souček's in that box, Bowen and Lingard, they're not going to beat 6 foot something defenders in the air. So that was pointless. You've got to be looking to drill that ball across that edge of that 6-yard box.
Yeah, I mean,
we just weren't getting in the positions, were we?
No, but when we did
do it,
do that.
Yeah, I mean, when we was on top for that 10-minute spell just before they scored, I mean, we was putting pressure on them. We was getting corners. I mean, there was that opportunity where Lingard's gone bursting through and he could have played 4 nails in. And he's just hasn't picked out the pass. And it's just, even Lingard looked off today. Now, I'm not criticising Lingard at all. He's been unbelievable since we got him. But today, he looked like he was trying to do the work of like 4 players today. Because he's trying to be everywhere. He's trying to influence the game, but he's looking at under-hitting passes, over-hitting passes, some of these players. It was just disappointing for me in the first half,
Yeah, and that's it. But the funniest thing is that their goal come against the run of play. We got going in the game again. We didn't. The mad thing about it is we had the better of that heart in the later half. We had the better 25 minutes onwards. We were the better side, but their keeper didn't make a save.
No.
Yeah, that's it. We had a lot of the ball, and we got into some good positions, but we just didn't capitalise on it, And
that's the thing, and that's what they did. They got their opportunity and they took it, and that is the difference. Why we're now 5th, and worried that we're not going to make it into Europe. And teams like them are going to make it into it. You saw that when we played Arsenal, when we were way in front and we let them back in. As I've said before, Arsenal have been terrible this season, but they just have players that at the right moment do the right thing. And we've not got enough of them players on the pitch to do that.
The thing is as well, I mean, look, we spoke about him before the game, Scott. We picked him out as a key player today, Chilwell. Up and down that flank. And it was a great ball in. And look, it's a great finish from Werner. He has... Listen, we've always said it. You want to end your drought, play West Ham. He hasn't scored for a few games, so look, it was a great finish. It was a good goal. I'm not going to take that away from Chelsea. It was a good finish, great play from Chilwell, and you just think to yourself, do you know what? We don't deserve to be 1-0 down, but we're going half time. You got 45 minutes to put it right. Moisey can say to him, "Look, you've done well that first half. Don't drop your heads. Go out there." And try to force that equaliser, but second half, not much improvement. I thought there would have been some changes made at half time, if I'm honest.
Well, it was the same as we had a lot more of the ball, but again, Mendy hasn't had to make a save.
There was no one making them runs like how Antonio makes them runs. I mean, Bowen's been doing it. But today, Bowen just kept finding himself dragged out wide, didn't he? There was no one up there. There was no one on the edge of the box. There was no one on the edge of them 2 centre backs or their back 3 saying, inviting them on. But I mean, Lanzini and Benrahma come on. Didn't really make a difference, did they? To be fair.
No, that was
but
it.
They didn't really have much time to really try and influence the game too much, did they? By that point, So
20 odd minutes.
Again, as I said, it took us into 60 minutes before we had a shot on target. Which was you had the Frederick shot that was blocked. The Lingard chance just went wide. If that
was unlucky. That was unlucky from Lingard. That was quick thinking from him. If that's on target, that's in. That's beat the keeper all day long. It's unfortunate, but I mean, look.
I think he catches that too well, and that's why it just sneaks wide. If he sort of mishits that, that's in.
Little bit of a shinner.
But it's just so frustrating and annoying.
I think we need to address the elephant in the room, the red card. I mean, I sat there today, and I'm not just saying this like because I'm a West Ham fan. This happened to me today, to us, sorry. But if that's a red card, seriously, if that's a red card, then football died. I thought football died the other day. Well, football's been buried, cremated, and fucking it's finished. What makes me laugh is the person on VAR should have just turned around and said it's not a red. The fact that he's even had to say to the referee, go over and look at it, and you knew as soon as he went over, he was given a red card because who's standing 5 foot behind him? Mike fucking Dean. Mike Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet Mike Dean would have had any say in.
No, he's not. It wouldn't have had a say, Gray. But these referees, he's like their godfather. They're fucking. For one, Balbuena has cleared the ball. His eyes are not even looking at the player. His eyes are looking where the ball's going. The player's running into Balbuena, so surely they're going to clash. Of course, they're going to clash. It ain't fucking rocket science, is it? It ain't, is it? Come on, let's be serious. We've all played football. We've all played football at lower league. It happens. People clash. That is an absolute ridiculous decision. I'm looking forward to seeing what all these pundits say tonight on all the match of the days and all that, because I'll be very surprised if any of them actually agree and say that was a straight red. Unbelievable decision.
I'll be, if that was against my team on a Sunday, I wouldn't be happy.
Mate,
that was given on Sunday.
Listen, I'd be absolutely fuming. I'd be absolutely fuming because that is one of the biggest jokes of a decision of a red card I have ever seen in my life. It was pathetic. Listen, if that game was full of nasty tackles and everyone had been booting everyone up in the air like an old-fashioned London derby,
I agree.
Then I'll sit there and say
that was a dirty game where a few challenges have gone in. Yeah, maybe. But you watch that back. I've watched that replay back so many times, and Balbuena does not once have his eyes on that player. His eyes on that ball. He's clearing it. His legs moving. What's he meant to do? Kick it and then fling his leg back before the players running into him. They clash. It's football. It's what happens.
It's a contact sport.
A non-contact sport. It's fucking football. It's been going on for 100, 200, whatever, how many years. Why do you keep trying to change our game? The referees are trying to be fucking film stars. They're trying to be the main attraction. This is a good London derby today. Two teams that are trying to work each other out, going for the top 4. And now this referee is going to get all the headlines once again because of a dodgy red card. It happened the same at Fulham with Thomas Souček. It's ridiculous. And I'm not just saying it because it's West Ham. I've seen other decisions for other clubs. You see all the offsides and things like that. But how is that a red? I just can't get my head around it, boys. I mean, if you can try to convince me,
the thing is, mate, it may well get overturned, but it's too late, isn't it?
And that's the thing. And you heard the commentator say it. Oh, you know what normally happens when they go to the monitor? I wanted to see that referee go to that monitor, put his finger to his ear and turn around and say to the other referee sitting there watching that, what are you on about?
They won't.
Tell me where the motion, when he kicks the ball, where's the motion that he then outstretches his leg even further to stamp on his ankle, stamp on his calf?
But the thing is, motion. I was watching it on the commentators going, that can't be a red. Like when they went to VAR, he said this can't be a red. He said, I'll be very, very surprised if it's a red. The commentators were shocked.
We've played football, right? Sunday league, Saturday league, whatever. Not the league of the Premier League, but football's football, right? There's times where you go in for a 50-50 and you go in that extra. You put it in, right? Balbuena hasn't done that. Balpayne has cleared the ball and Chilwell's running towards him. So of course they're going to clash. I just can't get it. I just can't get it. These referees, these Premier League, the Premier League need to look at this refereeing situation because it's becoming an absolute joke now. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing the game that we love. You know, the best league in the world is a joke. It got proved the other day it was a joke with this Super League fucking takeover thing. And now you look at it now. Kids growing up now must look at football and think, is this what football is? Is this what football is? It's embarrassing.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, you know, this Super League thing proved it. It's, you know, they're trying to appeal to all kids that play FIFA and all that, aren't they?
Mate, I think even in FIFA that wouldn't be a fucking red card. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and it's pissing me off because we should be talking about football, but we're not. We're talking about refereeing. We're talking about VAR. Look, we always used to talk about referees, but at least with the referees, they made a bad decision on what they saw the first time. Now they're making bad decisions on something they're watching 4 or 5 times.
I'll tell you now, right? When, like, even going back to the sort of early 90s and that, and the start of the Premier League, certainly in the 80s and that, you never really knew who the refs were, unless like one of the refs went to a World Cup or you know, the ref in the cup final. No one knew the referees.
That's what I'm saying.
They weren't out to make a name for themselves.
They're all Hollywood film stars now, aren't they? They all want to be in the limelight. You know, people say about like the what's her name, the woman linesman, that Sean. I thought she was good today. I thought she was great today.
I don't think the officials made a bad decision up to the end, to be honest.
This is what I'm saying. I think they was getting all the offsides, the correct decisions, and then that happens. And honestly, Scott, I'm sitting here now, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, there will be referees out there that will defend that referee tonight because they have to.
Referees close ranks, and they all back each other. You never hear a ref criticise another referee.
It's absolutely shocking. Do you know what? I would say that I'm amazed by it, but nothing surprises me no more in this game. You know, you look when we first started this channel, go back 5 years ago, watch all the post-match pints. We hardly used to mention referees and things like that. Now, look how much it's changed in 5 years. All this VAR
pretty much every game.
It's honestly, it's ridiculous. Honestly,
It's getting to the point now where I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I'm done with watching professional football. I'll go and watch a bit of non-league and put money in their pocket. I'm getting that fed up with it all. I'd rather go and watch my local non-league side now. I think.
I don't know. I'm trying not to swear. I'll swear once, but I'm trying.
It's so frustrating because did we deserve to win the game today? No. Did we deserve a point? Probably not. Chelsea just edged it. That's fair enough. But look, I'm not going to let this decision tonight for Balbuena ruin, you know, what's been a great season for West Ham. We've got 5 games left, right? There's 15 points up for grabs still. You know, results go away. It's going to be, you know, there's going to be decisions. There's going to be results go away and not go away. It's going to be but we're still in it. We're still in it. I know a defeat today, you know, it's disappointing, but we're still in it. You know, but this referee, this red card is it's going to just get the headlines tonight.
Exactly, and that's completely wrong. That's completely wrong. I'm with you. Look, we said before in the build-up that it wasn't the be-all and end-all. Not if we lost today. You know what I mean? It made life harder, granted, but it wasn't the end. And you look at Chelsea's run. You know, they've got a lot of games coming up. They've still got to play City in the league. Still got to play Leicester in the league.
Well, they've got 2 Champions League semi-finals, isn't they?
Exactly. And we've still got 5 games that on paper are all winnable games. Hopefully we're going to have Rice back. Hopefully we get Masuaku back. Creswell, they said, was very close to playing today. So we're going to start getting players coming back. So, you know, we're not 3 we're not 6 points adrift of a European place. We're still in a European place. And we said all along, top 4 would be fantastic. But if we end up in Europa League, fantastic as well. So long as we don't slip out of that top 7, I'm happy because of what we've done so far. We've still got 15 points to play for. Is it 15 points? Yeah, it's 15 points to play for.
Yeah.
And like the way this season's gone, you've seen before, the results have gone our way. We just need another weekend like that and go and put it right next week.
Yeah. That's but how many times can you go results have gone our way and not?
But Graham, when you're in our position, like squad wise and what we've been through, you need that little bit of luck. And we're dust ourselves down and we'll go again next week. We have to. As you said, we've got 5 cup finals. With what Chelsea have got coming up, they've got an FA Cup final. I didn't even realise that was before the end of the season.
Again, it's another thing, like, tradition out the window, like once they started having FA Cup games, when there's still league games on the same day. When they had FA Cup final kicking off at 5:30 with league games. That always used to be the final game of the season. That was it. Curtain down on the season. It was the big showpiece. But now it's like, they're having league games on the same day. Again, it's more. It's another nail in the coffin of football tradition. And
you ask yourself that, Gray, when they started moving it to 5:30 kickoffs. What they do that for? TV rights, not for the fans in England. It's for the fans abroad.
Yeah,
it's all for TV money. But that's a completely. We could do a whole show on that.
Do you know what? Right. Graham would back me up on this. I was chatting to Graham during the game on WhatsApp, and I said I could see a red card in this game.
He did say that.
And I must admit, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting one of the players that had been booked in the first half to get sent off. But and that's the other thing for me, looking back at the game, when Christensen got booked, we didn't look to try and get one-on-one with him. Do you know what I mean? He'd been booked for pulling Lingard back. We didn't try and get one-on-one. We didn't try and get the ball played out towards him so that he gets caught in that situation again. And this goes back to, again, I think with the lack of final decisions in our gameplay. That should have been something that we looked at. The centre half's just been booked. Get at him, getting in around him, get him, make a mistake.
That's what someone like Antonio would have done.
Yeah.
Or someone a bit more clever than what we had out there today. Draw the foul, get him a second yellow. You've only got to do, when you're on a yellow already, you've only got to draw 2 silly fouls, and he's off as well. But
exactly, and that's something I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't try and do. Look, chances are he may not have made another mistake, but when centre halves are on the booking from within the first half, that you've got to put the pressure on. If you don't put the pressure on, you're not going to force the mistakes, and that is something we could have done.
I thought Fabianski had a good game today. Pulled off a few good saves. That will do his confidence the well of good. I did see you down there, Nick. I was just about to bring you in and you run off.
I know, yeah. I haven't got my drink, mate.
I thought, he's going to get a drink. Not like Scott. We sat there for 7 minutes. We sat there for 7 minutes waiting for post-match pint to start. 5 seconds before we start, Scott goes, I've got to go and get a beer, and he runs off.
And then I realised I ain't got no beer in the fridge.
Yeah, Nick, I mean, look, we've sat here and spoke about the game, and we spoke passionately about that red card, mate. I see your reaction on the watch along, so I didn't know whether to laugh or drive around your house and give you a cuddle, because it was fucking embarrassing what happened. But go on, mate.
Look, I've had my say and all of that. What I want to do, instead of coming on here just like talking about the ref, I want to praise the boys. I want to praise the players today, because they didn't give up. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't brilliant. It wasn't one of them vintage performances. But they tried their best. They tried their hardest. All right, great. He fainted. I wasn't moaning.
I'll take him out of here.
And I think they deserve to be praised, the players. I've sat on this channel many times, and I've seen I've seen some fucking poxy performances and poxy seasons, but I'm very proud of the way the team have performed this season. Yeah, the result didn't go away today. I said at the beginning that it was a tough ask, especially with the injuries we've got. But the team didn't give up. They've got some great togetherness. They've got some great, individual mistake. I fought for the goal. I think Balbuena and Souček not following his man, but it happens. We didn't give up. We were still getting back at them. Chelsea got a lot of talent in that side. We defended very well. So I've got to say that before I say anything about the red card, because I think the red card sweeps. How hard the boys worked under the carpet, which is unfortunately something that happens week in, week out. How a man? I mean, I've had a fan cam today with a guy that that we know quite well. It gets a bit heated over the decision, but you'll have to go and check that out. But I see people in the comments that go, well, you need to have more than one shot. You need to have more than one striker, mate, and we got none. And that's the problem, and that's been the problem all season.
You got to look at Chelsea's record. Me and Scott brought it up in the build-up. They don't concede a lot of goals. Mm-hmm. He's a very good manager at doing what he does. He knows that 1-0 can win you a game, so go get 1-0 up and then just sit back and defend it. And Chelsea are hard to break down. And look, if we'd have had Antonio, and I think. If I was to say now who are we missing more, Antonio or Rice, it's Declan Rice for me, because Declan Rice I think the last couple of games, last week especially and today, there's just too much of a gap in midfield between the players and the forward.
I don't. Somebody said about earlier, you can try all you want, but Noble's just not going to be able to give you them performances week in, week out. We haven't got. I thought we played a lot better. I've been asking him for this for a couple of weeks for Lanzini to come in. He's played that position before and give that little bit of energy, that sort of a deep playmaker role. But we've got no centre forward, and the man that was filling in looks like he's going to be out for the season. Aaron Cresswell. I think a lot of people have sort of have not noticed how much. Forward play and how much of a threat he is going forward. I think he's got the most assists in our side this season, most crosses and all of that sort of thing. They're massive losses. I mean, these are all the key players. Declan Rice, losing that quality midfield is irreplaceable. And that's, obviously through the Leicester game. We've got through the Leicester game with him, but he gives that sort of foil to Souček to get forward. And that's why you haven't seen Souček's performances, the best out of Souček. So there's all different, there's all different.
It's a domino effect.
It is. Of course, it's a domino effect. Yeah, because you can't even get the best out of the players. Jesse Lingard today looked like he was playing. He was sort of carrying a bit of an injury. There's all different. There's all these different things. I don't think Chelsea were fantastic. Look really good going forward, Chelsea. I've got to say that. But I'm proud of the boys. Today. But that red card. If that's a red card, honestly, you'll have 40,000 red cards a season, and that's no exaggeration. Because he didn't see him. He couldn't see him coming in from the side. He's following through. If you look at the still pictures of him, he hasn't even got his left foot on the floor. Like he's on like tippy toes. There was no way he can put his foot anywhere. It's gravity. And he watched it he was 2 foot away from him. He watched it in real time. He saw it exactly for what it was. It was somebody jumping underneath someone as they're putting their foot back down. He's going to watch the telly, watched it in slow motion. Fuck me, man. If you look at goals in fucking Player Evolution soccer, they all look better in fucking slow motion. And that's the same with fouls. They all look worse in slow motion. And how 6 referees, there's 2 in the VAR booth. I think there's 2, and there might even be 3. And there's 4 on the pitch. There's 1 referee, 2 linesmen, and that fucking stupid 4th official. And between the 6 of them, they can't watch the telly. They've watched the telly 15 times and decided that's a red card.
Yeah, that's what I said to Ryan. If you watch the movement in his leg, there's no unnatural movement where he clears the ball and then goes to stamp.
He can't. Exactly. He's got to put his foot down. Where's he going to go? Unless he starts hopping.
Yeah.
What the fuck's he going to do? He can't do that. It's a fucking joke. The biggest joke I've ever seen. I even think that might even be worse than the Souček one, and I thought that was a bastard one. at least there was a fucking there was a whether he done that on purpose or not.
Yeah, at least there was a movement. You know what I mean?
At least there was some movement, and it was off the ball. This one was fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Because you now go from that being really so pent up and angry about it to just laughing because it is just that much of a joke.
Rick Cogger, he's got a different opinion. I respect all different opinions. I've done a fan cam with him. And he's saying like his legs there. He's putting his foot down. His legs there. It's a red card all day long. That's the laws of the game. Well, if that's the laws of the game, change the game.
That's not.
Change the game. Yeah. Because as I said to him, if you was driving down the road and you fell out of a car and you hit someone, just because you hit them and killed them, does that make you a fucking murderer? No, it fucking doesn't. It just means it was an accident. It was an accidental clash.
Yeah, no way. I see where Rick's coming from with what he's saying, but as I said, if I'm Balbuena tonight, I'm sitting there scratching my head about what I'm actually meant to do as a footballer. You know, and this is the thing. This is where we seem to be the only country that allows VAR to ruin our game.
I've checked Twitter as well, Scott. I've checked Twitter. The amount of professionals, I mean current professionals and ex-professionals that are saying, wow, like, what am I watching? You know what I mean?
Ian Wright summed it up. He said Balbuena got sent off for kicking a ball.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's done. He's I said to before you come on, I was saying if you watch Balbuena, not once does he look at Chilwell. He's got his eyes on the ball as he's clearing it, and Chilwell's running in towards him. So I'm the same.
I won't bet against him, not even though he was there.
No. How many? Out of interest, I didn't really pay attention, but how many Chelsea players actually appealed for that being a foul?
No,
not even fucking Chilwell. I don't think.
There you go. That sums it up. Players on the pitch, no.
And what was the difference between Soufal and Balbuena's one? Do you know when they started looking at that again? I thought to myself, if they fucking send him off as well, because look, I'm not saying there's corruption in the game. I don't want to accuse him of that, but there's something that needs to be looked into because, I mean, will that get overturned? Will they do it twice for us? I doubt it, but it should be. But it don't help the result. It doesn't help the result for me.
We were probably not going to get an equaliser. Let's be honest.
We weren't good. We just weren't good enough today to get into that.
Exactly.
So the red card that doesn't really. All it does, it makes out those last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it just
removes any outside chance that we might have had. Getting an equaliser, you know, we just weren't good enough today. Simple as that. But it didn't help.
But look, as we said, you know, there's loads of positives still to take with this season. We've got 5 games left, 15 points to play for. You know, there's a lot of twists and turns left in this season.
It's not over. Not over. It's a big game today.
Creswell was close to making it today, so should be back for next week. Declan Rice is back on the training pitch. You know, hopefully he's a couple of games away now. Antonio, I don't really know. Masuaku, you know, will he get back before the end of the season? There's going to be so many twists and turns in this season. As we said, Chelsea have got some massive games coming up. 2 Champions League semi-finals and an FA Cup final sandwiched in between them 5 last games of the season. So it's going to be interesting. You know, I'm sure, look, there's going to be weeks where we're going to be sitting here. We're probably back in the top 4 and then we're out of the top 4. But it just goes down to that last game of the season. You know,
and that's it. And that's the exact thing. You know, you look at the run of games that we've got. That top 4 is open for any of them teams, probably from Leicester down to probably 8th position, I think it is. Any one of them teams could still nick it. It just that result just puts Chelsea in the driving seat. That's all it does. You know, we've just got to now just focus on our 5 remaining games, get the job done, and go from there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Graham, rallying speech, mate. Give us a rallying speech. Come on, Gray. Get us all back up. Lift the spirits in the room.
No, I'd say if we can show the desire and the commitment they've shown all season, you know, the last two games aren't going to define our season. Like you said, it's 15 points to play for. We get them 15 points, there's a good chance we're going to be top 4. So let's just go with it.
Fucking have it, Graham. Come on.
Look, we need to now just you know, like you said, just focus on the next games. Again, it's a downside because it's another top, you know, a top side that we've not got points against. You know, and so we haven't got any more of them so-called top sides left to play. Our record against the sides that are below us is really, really decent. So, you know, let's just hope we can go on and get this win now. Go and get in. Like I said, we all knew, we all said ages ago, if we don't get top 4, it ain't the end of the world, but we need European football.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. Totally agree.
Yeah, so like I say, even if we get Europa,
I'm going to be a floating head in.
You know, don't matter if Europa League, I'll be over the moon with Europa League. Bearing in mind the season we thought we were going to have.
Yeah. Quick question.
It's been a fantastic season.
Yeah. Do any of you three think that was a handball by Aspilicueta?
Nah, no chance.
I don't think so either.
Nah, he's hit his chest and he's got his arm by the side. No players really appealed it, did they? Apart from Bowen, who was desperate to get something today. Yeah, definitely not a penalty for me. But
yeah, same for me. Same for me. I agree. I don't think it was.
Yeah,
I would be, don't get me wrong. If I was there, would have been screaming for it. But I don't think it was.
Yeah.
No,
not for me. Not for me.
I agree.
Hey, that's how I felt earlier on.
Oh, it's frustrating, man. When that final, I'll tell you what though, how quick did that second half go as well?
It flew by.
It flew by. You know, and then he put 5 minutes up, and like when the other week when we was 3-2 up against Leicester and they put 5 minutes up, it felt like 3 hours. He put that 5 minutes up. I swear he blew the whistle 10 seconds later. But look, it is what it is. We move on. As Graham said, Graham with his rallying speech. We will not surrender.
Speech, but there you go. It's all I've got. But yeah, no, like I say, it's been a fantastic season. We're not going to let the last 2 games, like the last 2 weeks, define what's happened the rest of the season. So whichever way you look at it, it's been a fantastic season. Like I say, we thought we'd all probably be in a relegation battle again.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You know,
let's
continue to enjoy the ride.
One thing we didn't mention about the game. I don't know if it was the red card that affected the decision, but I'm surprised he didn't bring Yarmolenko on instead of Johnson.
I think that's baffling. Well, I really do.
Yeah, I just think
losing the game.
You're 1-0 down, you're losing. You got to go for it, as Chris Coleman said in commentary. By the way, was you watching it on Sky Sports?
Yeah,
I was, but I wasn't listening to the.
This was all the commentary. He kept. It's like he had hay fever.
Maybe he's on a bugle.
Oh, he might be, mate. I don't know what he was fucking doing, but
he's on the bag, mate.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. You know, you might as well lose the game 2-3-0. You know, at this stage of the season, it's about points. So I'm surprised he didn't bring Yarmolenko on. To be fair,
he could have just gone for a back 3, couldn't he? Just add the 3 at the back and then push everyone else forward. Like I said, at this stage of the season, the loss is a loss. You know, it don't matter whether it's 1 or 4. I don't think them European spots are going to be decided on goal difference. So you know, go for the points. But
do you want to come round and get 50p?
Mate, I thought we'd be finished.
Teeth and eyes.
We're going to turn the light on. Hold on.
Every week we say
now. We're nearly done now.
Yeah. Look at him.
I thought we'd be finishing, so I weren't going to bother going to switch it on.
Scott, why do you, when you run back, you smile at the camera?
No, I love him.
He looks so happy. He's so happy.
I'm happy, but I'm happy on the outside. I'm fuming on the inside.
Anyway,
don't worry. We can shout a lot over football tomorrow. Don't worry.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
All the way good.
We're still in it. You should.
Wish I was
We're ending it there.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Let's all go and enjoy the rest of our Saturday nights. Don't watch Match of the Day because it just winds you up.
Yeah.
But what we got coming up? What we got coming up next week then?
On the social.
Yeah, on the social. We've got amusing. You got amusing?
There will be definitely amusings this week. The musings this week got ruined because of the Europa Super League or whatever the fuck.
Nicky recorded a good music, and the next day,
you're doing it day after
wasn't even worth putting up. What?
Stop talking. Let him finish.
Go on, mate. Go on, mate.
Cheap. No, go on, mate. It's all right. Go on,
No,
I've been putting my place. I've been putting my place. All right.
I was just going to say that Nicky done the music, and obviously, he's still talking, Graham.
How old's Ryan?
Oh, I'm going to do a Scott. Turn the lights off. Well, fucking shove your musings. We've got a music coming up. No, I was going to say that you recorded that musings and then it weren't worth putting it up because everything you answered.
We was talking about a Super League and then the next day it was fucking finished.
Fucking. I've had teas brew longer than what the Super League was about for.
It's true, and I'm not even joking. I've got a Shore deodorant upstairs that lasts longer. No joke. My Shore deodorant keeps you fresh for 48 hours, mate. That didn't even last 48 hours.
What makes me laugh with that when they say keep you fresh for 48 hours? Like, what, you ain't washing for 48 hours?
I don't know. Because I'll tell you something now. I put a deodorant on, mate. I ain't smelling nothing like that after 48 hours. Give it about 2 hours, mate. I'm stinking like a fucking salmon. like roast beef monster munch. I'm running around.
Oh, fucking hell. But, yeah.
I'll be back with a preview.
Scott's got the preview. You got a late one next week, Scott. And you got Burnley's not till 8:15 on a Monday.
Oh,
and do you know what makes it worse? As well? Bank holiday Monday as well.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah, but it's another late one in it, and then work in the morning. But anyway, look, we'll have a build-up show for that. I'm sure we'll fit some other shows in during the week. We've got Friday Night Pint, we've got T-shirts, we've got stores, we've got everything. Don't forget to subscribe and like as well. Helps us out.
You know what I didn't realise the other day, right? You can run multiple streams on here. And I was in the other room testing something, and I put this up. And I think it started running because you were live. I think it started running it on your live thing.
Oh yeah,
that when the T-shirt was coming and covered half the screen. That's it. Yeah.
I come back in the room and Ryan's I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, fucking stupid.
Well, I didn't know it'd come up on your live stream, did I? I was in another room. He's getting right upset. He's like, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, yeah. Go on, Ryan.
No, yeah, that's it, mate. That's all I've got to say. Anyone got anything else to add before we log off? Log off.
No.
That's it.
Nah. Keep the faith.
I think we've moaned enough.
Yeah, fuck it. Look, it is what it is. Look, end of the day, it is. Yeah, that's it. Don't worry. We'll move on to next week. We'll leave it there. One thing left to say.
Come on, your hands.
Come on, your hands.